Hey guys, I'm making this is a response video to an article that I read on thoughtcatalog.com. It's called 18 Things Females Seem Not to or to Not Understand Because Female Privilege. Okay, um, let's get started. I'm just gonna go through point by point and just talk. Number one. Female privilege is being able to walk down the street at night without people crossing the street because they're automatically afraid of you. That's not true for all guys, first of all. Like, I mean, unless you're acting shady as you're walking down the street, chances are people aren't gonna cross the street to get away from you. Like, I mean, are you walking down the street really shady? Because then, yeah, people are gonna cross the street to get away from you because you're being creepy. Has nothing to do with if you're a man or a woman. If I saw a woman walking down the street who's being shady, I'd cross the street too. 2. Female privilege is being able to approach someone and ask them out without being labeled creepy. We may not be labeled creepy, but we'd be labeled thirsty and a bitch. And the second we walked away, y'all know y'all be talking, she wants the D. No. You talk about double standards at the end of this article? Screw you. 3. Female privilege is being able to get drunk and have sex without being considered a rapist, and that's bolded and underlined. Female privilege is being able to engage in the same action as another person but be considered the innocent party by default. Again, you talk about double standards at the end of this article, okay? You're the ones who put that on yourselves. You guys go around and, like, high-five people when you bang a drunk chick. Welcome to rape culture, buddy. It sucks. It sucks for us, too. You know what? I don't even know. I really don't even know. I can't. I'm so mad right now. I don't even know. Female privilege is being able to turn on the TV and see yourself represented in a positive way. Female privilege is shows like King of Queens and Everybody Loves Raymond, where women are portrayed as attractive, competent people, while men are shown as ugly, lazy slobs. Okay. I don't know what shows you've been watching, but the shows that I've been watching have women as over-sexualized, sex-crazed people. At least the shows like this. The show that I tend to watch most is Law & Order SVU, in which case white men, black men, Latino men aren't shown in a bad light at all, but whatever. I mean, if we're talking about comedies, most of the women are over-sexualized and act like they just want to go and screw everything with legs, so whatever. Male privilege is shows like Friends that show Rachel going around screwing every guy she wants. And that's what we're supposed to look up to. Okay, cool. Female privilege is the idea that women and children should be the first rescued from any sort of emergency situation. Female privilege is saving yourself before you save others and not being viewed as a monster. I mean, on an airplane, they tell everyone to put your own mask on before you put on someone else's. I mean, granted, but you know what? No, there's a flip side to this too. We're told, oh my god, I can't even think right now. We're the first ones saved because you guys think we're weaker and can't save ourselves. So, whatever. I don't know. Female privilege is just being able to decide not to have a child. Put a condom on. Or, how about this? Don't go around sleeping with 15 different women and then getting mad when they have kids and want your help. How about that? Female privilege is not having to support a child financially for 18 years when you didn't want to have it in the first place. Again, then you shouldn't have had sex. Because every single sex ed class that you have ever taken tells you babies come from sex. We know this. We're big boys and girls. We know that babies come from sex. That is always a possibility when you are having sex. No, birth control is 100%. Condoms are 97% effective. Birth control is 99% effective. It's great if you use them both together, but there's still always that slight chance. If you don't want to have kids, don't have sex. Okay? Okay. Female privilege is never being told to take it like a man or man up. What world are you living in? Seriously. I've been told to take it like a man and man up more times than I can count. By my own family. So, I really don't know what world you're living in. I don't. And you know what? Male privilege is never being told to put makeup on because you never know who you're going to meet. Make sure you're not wearing those sweatpants because you never know who you're going to meet. Male privilege is not being told to look prettier because you're going to attract someone. Whatever. Female privilege is knowing that people would take it as a gravely serious issue if someone raped you. Female privilege is being able to laugh at a prison rape joke. This one pisses me off probably more than any of the other ones. Any of them. 60% of rapes and sexual assaults in this country go unreported. And do you want to know why? Because the police and society don't take it seriously. Ever. Rarely. I'll change that there. Say rarely. Okay? 60%. 40% of rapes are. Do you know how few rapists ever see a day in jail? A day. Forget a long prison term. A day in jail. I think it's about 3%. It's either 3 or 6. I'm not sure which one. I think it's 3. Because I read a statistic that says 97% of rapists never see a day in jail. So I'm assuming it's 3. I read one a few years ago that's 6. Statistics change all the time. I don't know. We live in a society where we blame the victim. Society, the police, everyone under the sun is going to rush to your side, to the rapist side. I'm not going to say your, because obviously most of the people watching this aren't rapists, but anyway. The society will always side with the rapist, not the victim. So I don't even know what you're talking about in this little thing. And as for the prison rape joke, women are raped in prison too. Okay? They are. Women can rape other women. Men aren't the only ones who can rape a woman. Or a man. Women can rape men too. We are equal under that law. And do you want to know how I know that this happens? Because when I was 16, I went on a Scared Straight program, even though I didn't need to, because I've never been in trouble with the police in my life, never been in trouble at school, never done drugs, never gotten in trouble with alcohol, nothing. Okay? And I had the inmates screaming at me that if I ever came back, I was going to be raped. Tell me it doesn't happen to women. Tell me again. Okay? Okay. Female privilege is able to divorce your spouse when your marriage is no longer working because you know you will most likely be granted custody of your children. If you make a good case as to why you should get custody, chances are you'll get custody. But that also involves proving that your spouse is an unfit spouse, ex-spouse, soon to be ex, is an unfit mother. Being granted custody of your children and being a single mother isn't easy. Okay? Being a single mother means leaving your kids, at home because you have to go and work to support them, to put food on the table. Or you have to be on welfare and then get judged every 2 seconds because you're on welfare. They're not very good options. So, we have to think about it as much as you do. We don't just go around getting divorces willy-nilly. Female privilege is being able to call the police in a domestic dispute knowing that they will take your side. Female privilege is not having your gender work against you where the police are involved. Okay. The reason for that is because the majority of people abusing their spouses are men. Obviously, women abuse their spouses too. I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying men can't be abused. They absolutely can. But most of the time, men are the ones abusing the women. Most of the time. And as for the not having your gender work against you where police are involved, let me tell you, walking into a police precinct to report a sexual assault ain't no cakewalk. Because even if they don't come out and call you a slut or say that you wanted it, it's in their questions. Oh, well, what weapon did he use? What physical threat, what physical violence did he use? Did he threaten you with physical violence? No, but that doesn't mean I wanted it. I still said no. So it goes both ways there, too. Okay. Female privilege is being able to be caring or empathetic without people being surprised. I'd love it if more men were empathetic and caring. I really would. I think most people would. Most women, anyway. I mean, there's that whole act like a man box. And like, I don't know, but I don't even know how to respond to this one. Like, then, you know what you do? When you have kids, if you decide to have kids, raise them to be caring and empathetic. And then if we all raise our kids, our sons and daughters, to be caring and empathetic, and everyone's caring and empathetic, it won't be a shock. I don't know, that's just me. I don't know. Female privilege is not having to take your career seriously because you can depend on marrying someone who makes more money than you do. Female privilege is being able to be a stay-at-home mom and not seem like a loser. Not in today's day and age, buddy. Most households need 2 incomes in order to make ends meet. That's just the way our world works now. Most places that you live, you need 2 salaries to make ends meet. Unless, of course, one spouse makes more than the other. But, so yeah, we have to take our careers seriously. No, we don't get to stay home, be a stay-at-home mom anymore. But again, we only have to do that because of the stereotypes you place on us. We don't place them on you. We don't place them on ourselves. All these stereotypes that are coming out of your mouth that you're upset about, you placed on us. So, don't go there. Female privilege is being able to cry your way out of a speeding ticket. You know what? I really don't even know how to respond to this one. I personally have never been pulled over, so I've never had to do that. So I really don't know how to respond to that one. I don't know. Personally, I don't think anyone would be able to cry out their way out of a speeding ticket. Don't speed. If you speed, own up to it. Just like any other crime. Offense, whatever. Female privilege is being favored by teachers in elementary, middle, and high school. Female privilege is graduating high school more often, being accepted to more colleges, and generally being encouraged and supported along the way. Let me tell you why this one is. Because for so long, women weren't expected to complete the 8th grade. Because we didn't need to. Because we didn't need to work. Because we were nothing but baby-making machines. So you're kind of contradicting yourself here with, you don't need to focus on your career, but I don't like the fact that you're getting more attention in school. So you want us to focus on our career, and you want us to go out and make money, and you want to be able to be a stay-at-home dad without being called a loser, but you don't want us to be encouraged to finish school? You don't want us to go to college so we can get a job so you can be a stay-at-home dad? You're kind of you're missing something here. You're contradicting yourself, and it's just not cool. Female privilege is being able to have an opinion without someone telling you you're just a butthurt fedora-wearing neckbeard who can't get any. Well, I can admit that I've never been called a butthurt fedora-wearing neckbeard who can't get any. But I have been called butthurt, and I have had opinions that people have not liked and have called me names for. So, while it may not be the exact same name, it's pretty similar kind of thing. This whole thing is just whining. I don't even understand. Female privilege is being able to talk about sexism without appearing self-serving. That doesn't even make sense to me. That appearing self-serving. So we can talk about being oppressed without sounding like we're trying to not be oppressed? What? Just what? I don't understand. I don't know. It just kind of, I can't. I don't understand. Female privilege is arrogantly believing that sexism only applies to women. You know what? No, sexism doesn't just apply to women. Sexism applies to men, too. But do you want to know who puts the sexism on men? Men. All of these double standards that what's his name? I don't even know. Mark Saunders. All of these things. And first, let me show you this picture that he puts up. As if we're, like, dopes. Right? See? Like, come on now. We're not stupid. All of these double standards that you're complaining about, you put on us. We didn't put them on ourselves. Men came up with most of these stereotypes. So, why are we the ones getting blamed for it? Like, I'm sorry. You're offended about the stereotype that y'all came up with? I'm sorry. Some people just really make me, like, I don't even know. I can't handle people sometimes. I don't know. Oh, and back to the whole drunk sex thing. Granted, there are women who have drunk sex who don't say it was rape because they consented. Both parties are. It's a very sticky area you really have to be careful with. But if a woman doesn't think she was raped, she's probably not gonna press charges against you. that says she was. But in the meantime, she's called a slut and a whore because she got drunk and had sex with a guy who may or may not be her boyfriend. Y'all can go around and screw every woman you want, but we're not supposed to have sex until we're married. We're supposed to be virginal. I believe the term that is in the Act Like a Lady flower is a lady in the streets but a freak in the sheets. How are we supposed to do that? How are we supposed to live up to that? We're not supposed to have sex until we're married or in a very committed relationship. But men could go around and bang half the city, whatever city you may be in, and be considered a stud. And hey, you're cool, you got some ass last night. But a woman doesn't, and she's a slut. Hey, like, really? Stop it. Stop it. How about this? If you want that to change, if you want these stereotypes to change, then when you see your buddies living up to these stereotypes, you call them out on it. You see a guy, or you hear your buddy call his girlfriend a bitch, or hear him talk about the girl he slept with last night and call her a slut. How about you say, you know what, dude, that's really not cool. You're just as much of a slut as she is if you had sex with her and can't remember her name. Not that I think it's cool to call anyone a slut. I don't. Slut shaming is awful. It's awful. Okay? But figure out a way to talk to your buddy and be like, dude, that's not cool. At all. Don't ever say it again. Chances are he's still going to say it. But maybe he'll think twice next time before he does it. So, if you want the double standards to change, then take the stereotypes off of us. Because that's what causes these double standards. It's the stereotypes that were placed on us by men from the beginning of time. So, yeah, that whole rape thing still pisses me off. We're gonna be the ones who are... You know what? No. Rape victims aren't always believed. They're not. And it sucks. And for you to sit here and say that everyone's going to be sympathetic towards you if you're raped, no. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Most of the time, whether the victim is male or female, the sympathy is always on the rapist. Because, oh my god, like, okay, Steubenville, perfect example. I'm glad this just popped into my head. Steubenville. When those boys were convicted, every news station was covering, oh my god, what about their future? They're never going to be able to play football again. Oh my god, what are they going to do about their future? What about the girl they just raped? What about her future? No one seems to give a shit. So, that's totally, what the hell is my hair? That's totally, siding with the victim all the time. Always. No. You obviously live under a rock, and I can't handle it. So, this is almost 25 minutes long, so I'm gonna go now. And